Hello, everyone. It is the 1st of October. This year's flying by. Feels like just yesterday it was September. I'm Coy Wire. Welcome to CNN 10. It's National Walk to School Day, did you know? The goal is to create more walkable and safe communities. So if you didn't get a chance to get those steps in this morning, maybe take a little stroll later today, saunter around, get those juices flowing. Today is also Your Word Wednesday. One of the vocabulary words that you submitted helped us write today's show. So listen up. We start with a blockbuster deal in the gaming industry. Electronic Arts, one of the biggest video game companies in the world, has announced it is being acquired for $55 billion. The group behind the deal is led by Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of President Donald Trump, and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. They plan to make EA a private company, meaning it will not be traded on public stock exchanges or subject to regulation like public companies are. To do that, they'll pay current shareholders $210 per share. The deal still needs regulatory approval, but is expected to close in the first quarter of the 2027 fiscal year. EA was founded in 1982 and has produced some of the biggest video game franchises in the world, including The Sims, Need for Speed, and Battlefield. EA's most famous franchise is also their longest running. As a former NFL player, it's also my favorite, Madden NFL. First released in 1988, it's become one of the best-selling sports series of all time. The massively popular franchise, named for legendary NFL coach and broadcaster John Madden, puts you in control of your favorite team and players. But have you ever wondered how much work goes into making the game so realistic? I picked up a controller and went one-on-one with the mesmerizing voice behind the famous franchise.
I am here getting ready to play Madden, which I haven't done for a long time, with the voice of Madden.
Brandon Gott and Charles Davis with you in what has been a tight-fought, scoreless football game.
I have played this one time since high school, and I haven't played it since, so we get to experience this together.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. Off we go.
So you had to record all this?
It's such a weird process, man. It's recorded throughout the year in various stages, and the game is recorded such that when you record it, you do it in a model that they call stitching. Okay. So when you do this play and you drop back to pass, and it says Penix drops back to pass, throws to the right, and it's caught, and he's tackled at the 23. Everywhere that I pause there is a different line that maybe not only was recorded on a different day, maybe a different year.
How long would you say, hours, would it take to voice a game?
So the first couple of years, we did 400 to 500 hours of commentary. So there's updates every year, but the old days of recording 400 to 500 hours per year, that is kind of whittled down to about 100 now. So still a lot, but not what it used to be.
Oh, looking good.
Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah. Man. You're on the board, baby.
He's got a man at the 15. That's Dobson, and Dobson is into the end zone.
Do you find that it's more difficult to voice from a script, compared to when you're just at a game and you're seeing it live?
It is two totally different things.
Yeah.
Much more different than I even thought it would be. The way I describe it is doing the Madden game is like being an actor, right? It's simply like being a voice actor. There's a lot of ad-libbing. There is some script reading, but whether you're doing ad-libbing or script reading, you're bringing something to life that isn't actually happening, right? And so that is the challenge, and that's what I had to get used to. But it was a challenge that I loved.
Why don't we put your voice to work while you're not at work?
Okay, they're gonna go old school I formation here. Penix under center. Have not been able to get the run game going at all. Just 3 carries, 7 yards. Play fake. Penix, and down he goes. Huge loss. 12 yards the other direction. Phillips gets in there for his second sack of the season.
Dang it.
Dude, I brought the blitz. You weren't ready that time.
This is awesome.
Pop quiz, hot shot. In the timeline of human evolution, what is the closest extinct species to Homo sapiens? Homo habilis, Pan paniscus, Neanderthal, or Pongo pygmaeus? If you said Neanderthal, you get 10 out of 10. Shorter and stockier than modern humans, they're believed to have gone extinct 40,000 years ago. An ancient skull found in China has some scientists saying that early humans have been around 400,000 years earlier than previously thought. Archaeologists have a general consensus that mankind's oldest ancestors began to evolve into Neanderthals about 600,000 years ago. But now researchers believe one of two skulls found in an area known as Yongxian are actually 1 million years old. After digitally reconstructing the skull fragments, the artifact is now thought to be an early version of Homo longi, a sister species that had similar features to Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. Genetic evidence suggests it existed alongside them. So, these scientists believe that if this skull comes from 1 million years ago, then early versions of Neanderthals and our own species probably did too. This next story is crapsolutely clawsome. A wildlife photographer in Japan noticed a troubling trend: hermit crabs who were using trash as their homes. Now he's helping the curious crustaceans level up. Shello! He's swapping their trash for living arrangements that have them looking like celebrities. Shalance, anyone?
In 2010, I found my first hermit crab climbing up a tree in the forest with a bottle cap. And that's all I could think about. And I started exploring the coastal forest that night, and I started finding a bunch of hermit crabs adapting with plastic. So I offer hermit crabs available shells in trade of plastic that they're using. My name is Sean Miller. I'm a wildlife photographer, and I've been living in Okinawa, Japan for over 25 years. This has been a long journey. So I started the Make the Switch for Nature crab conservation project. When I find a hermit crab that's adapting with plastic, I'll have some shells in my backpack, and I'll pull that out, and I'll put the shells around the actual hermit crab. It switches over into it. And right here, there's 175 pieces of plastic that I've traded. I called this one Elbow, the lug nut cover. This one almost looks like a shift knob, right? I can't put the lid on anymore. Yeah, it's full. So they're temporarily adapting with the plastic until they find a better option. More than likely, it is bad for them, right? Because they can't fully pull into the shell to protect themselves. And obviously plastic have chemicals in there, right? That can leach into the sensitive part of the hermit crab, which is the abdomen. We get a lot of the shells from kind people around the world that donate them. And on the shells, I'll actually carve a message, MTS4N, and then the number of the shell that it actually is. Sometimes I'll carve a positive message on the backside of the shell. When they get in it and they switch, they immediately run away like it's the best thing they ever had. So what people can do to support hermit crabs is first avoid collecting shells that have spirals for the hermit crabs to live in. A lot of people contact me and they're just like, I didn't know that I was taking homes from marine life. Another thing I recommend is participating in a beach cleanup. Small actions with big impact, right?
Today's story getting a 10 out of 10, a heroic high school football team and their players in Oregon who jumped into action to save their coach's life. During the Nestucca Valley Bobcats' first summer practice, their new offensive coordinator collapsed on his first day with the team.
And I was just starting to set up the offense and explain the positions, and then I said, oh, coach is a little lightheaded, and then I went down on the turf.
Turns out he was having a massive heart attack, so his players sprang into action using the first aid skills they'd learned in school.
Me and another teammate, Zeth Chapin, immediately we were taking turns on chest compressions.
We flipped him over, and after a few seconds, he just went silent.
Now, as his teammates continued CPR, quarterback Brady Hurleman sprinted to an automated external defibrillator, or AED, something that all the students at this school had been trained to use, and the quick thinking saved Coach's life. Amazingly, he was back on the sidelines just weeks later following triple bypass surgery. The team's head coach is still in awe of his players.
I've been coaching for 20 years. I've coached college. I've coached the state championship team in California. I was on the staff there. And I've never seen kids respond like that.
There may be no I in team, but there is definitely one in Lifesavers. All right, superstars, congratulations to Nelson County Middle School in Livingston, Virginia for submitting the word mesmerizing, an adjective that means capturing one's complete attention as if by magic. And did you know the word actually derived from a name, German doctor Franz Mesmer. Now, our first shout out of the day goes to Denver Language School in Denver, Colorado. Mr. Hart, you are so talented. Thank you for these characters. They are definitely going up on our wall of friends. You nailed the haircut. And Miss G at West Campus 1 Juvenile Hall, Unit 5 in Modesto, California. Thank you for the kind letters and these custom M&Ms. This is literally sweet. Going out, make someone smile today. You are more powerful than you know. I'll see you right back here tomorrow, everyone. I'm Coy Wire, and we are CNN 10.